Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us tonight live on the bottom line. On the bottom line, we say business at the speed of thought. Tonight is going to be a very exciting one because of our discussions which are coming up. But let me quickly remind you that we are coming your way live from our studios here at Rich in Accra. We are live on DSTV channel 277 and we are live on our Facebook page, Chairman Kwesi, and of course, Metro TV News page. Tonight, we talk about Ghana and Israel. I'm sure the topic that will usually come in your mind when we mention Israel is about Christianity, about religion, about pilgrimage to Israel. However, our focus tonight, you know that when we talk about bottom line, we talk about business. And so our focus tonight is how is the country Ghana relating to the country Israel in terms of trade and in terms of technology, in terms of agriculture. What has been the standing point between the two countries? How have each of the countries benefited from the other? And in moving forward, what are the plans of Israel as a country to support Ghana? There has been issues of imminent food shortage, which, of course, the President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, spoke about not too long ago. Israel has the expertise when it comes to agricultural technology and supporting our economy in the area of agri. How are we able to level on this relationship and be able to prevent that imminent food shortage? There is an area of technology as well. And how are we also as a country getting our arsenals into Israel and collaborating on the levels of business? So it's all about trade relations between Ghana and Israel tonight. And there is a program also coming up, which is a fintech program, which I'll be speaking to you about towards the end of the program. We'll explain to you, and then we'll ask that you apply to the program as well. So you want to stick and stay with us. Tonight, I'm hosting a delegation from the Israel Embassy here in Ghana. You want to be with us on the show, put up your comments, put up your concerns, put up your questions on our Facebook page and on our phone lines that will be scrolling on the screen. We'll try as much as possible to read them for the public. My name is Kwesi. We'll be right back.
So basically, if you travel to another country or a vehicle comes into Ghana, a foreign vehicle comes into Ghana, it's involved in an accident with you. The vehicle has a third party. Because of the protocol, we have different ways of actually handling such claims. They'll fix your vehicle. The bureau, the office, ECOWAS Bank Card office here will actually lead in the negotiations and make sure that your vehicle is repaired. And then we go and then we recover from the Nigerian market. The insurance company in Nigeria whose insured caused the damage will have to reimburse us. Sometimes the process can be a little long, and so the secretariat or the bureaus in the various countries, after doing the investigation and knowing that these are genuine claims, even pay ahead before the local companies actually reimburse them. So all these things we're trying to do it so that we don't frustrate people who travel. Despite the successes of the brown card, there's still more to go. And I was actually linking it to the motor insurance database that we have in Ghana. Because we know that there are some fake brown card stickers out there. So how do you do it? We want someone in Nigeria, if a Ghanaian vehicle is involved in Nigeria, the police in Nigeria should be able to use a short code. I've had this discussion with the new executives of the brown card secretariat, that they should be able to pick a phone and dial it to a short code and know whether the brown card given them is authentic or not. So we need to move and go borderless, where with IT, there's no boundaries. You get me? We do business across borders with IT.
The brown card scheme was signed, the protocol was signed on the 29th of May, 1982 in Cotonou. With the brown card scheme, it allows you to travel across the West African sub-region with your third-party insurance. What this means is that if you drive to Togo, to Lomé, to Cote d'Ivoire, and you are involved in an accident, your brown card insurance will take care of the insurance. It's not only when you drive outside Ghana. You can be driving in Ghana, driving your car, a Bucanabe truck, a Nigerian car could run into you. It is not your local insurance that will take care of it. It is the brown card insurance scheme that will take care of it. And we have what we call the issuing bureau and the handling bureau. If a truck hits your car from Burkina Faso is the issuing bureau. They issue the policy to the Burkinabe truck to come into Ghana. If there is an accident, the Ghana bureau will handle it. That's what we call the handling bureau. We will do everything from the beginning of the registration of the policy till you are paid. We just came back from Conakry, Guinea, and the other West African countries are also moving in that direction. Again, as we said, Ghana is the first country, I think, followed by Cote d'Ivoire, that is implementing the automatic issuance of brown card. What this means is that anytime you buy your insurance, your motor insurance, be it third party or comprehensive, you get your brown card automatically. You don't need to pay a dime for it. It is part of it. The issue has been of education. Now, anytime you pick your brown card, anytime you take your comprehensive insurance or third party, the basic insurance, they are supposed to give you a brown card. At the back of the brown card are the numbers of all the bureaus. So you have the Ghana Bureau, our number there, Cote d'Ivoire, the number there. So if you are in Ghana and you have a problem with a foreign registered vehicle, you just go to the back of the card and pick up the number and call the office. If you are in Lomé, you are in Nigeria, you are in Cote d'Ivoire, and you are involved in an accident, you go to the back of the card, look at it and call the office, and they'll be there to help you. We work together as a bureau, what we call the Council of Bureaus, to solve the problems of our motorists.
Right, so you're welcome back from that break. Just gone by is the Commissioner of Insurance here in Ghana and some industry players. I'm speaking to the ECOWAS Brown Card and how it is going to support the insurance industry here in Ghana. That's not our focus tonight. Tonight, I've told you that our focus is on the Israel-Ghana trade relations and a program that's coming up. We'll detail you on the program towards the end of the show. But let me introduce my guest to you. I've told you that I have a delegation from the Israeli embassy here in Ghana, and I'm happy to announce to you my extreme right is Miss Ayelet Levin. She's the head of Trade and Economic Mission, the Embassy of Israel in Ghana. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope I got the name right.
You did. Good evening. Thank you for inviting us.
Right. We are happy to have you here in the studio. And then just arriving from Israel some few hours ago is Chen Jovany, Business Development Manager, Israel Export Institute.
Good evening. Pleasure to be here.
You're welcome. How many hours now have you been in Ghana? You came to Ghana today?
Yeah, I came this noon. I'm 5 hours here.
5 hours?
I can say.
In
Yeah.
Ghana. Your first time coming to Ghana?
Yeah, my first time here.
And how are you feeling already? Ghana is a beautiful place, and we say Akwaba.
It feels very good, very good. I can say all the people are happy.
To have you here.
They're just happy, you know, at the hotel, at the airport.
Yeah.
It's not everybody happy. It's so nice to have this feeling.
Yeah, so in our local language, we say Akwaba. Akwaba means you're welcome. Since this is your first time, let me say Akwaba to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we are happy about the business you want to come and do here and the training you're bringing and everything. I'm sure we'll get to that. But viewers, if you're watching us, tonight is about the Israel-Ghana trade relations. And I'll begin with Ms. Ayelet. For you, you've headed the trade relations or the trade secretariat of Israeli embassy from 2018, you say. How has it been so far?
Well, it has been quite a journey. So actually, I started the Trade and Economic Mission here in Ghana.
You started it here in Ghana?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So we definitely experienced a lot of growth throughout these 4 years. Lots of interest raised from both the Israeli companies that are hearing more about what's going on here and of this, so many opportunities for growth and partnerships, and from the, of course, from the Ghanaian ecosystem in various sectors. A lot of business relationships were started, and happily we also have a lot of success stories of companies that are now doing forming partnerships and working together.
Let me be specific on that one. Since you are the one who started it, what was the focus? I mean, we see a lot of secretariats set up within embassies for different kinds of things, but you decided to set up this, and you are the head of the mission here. What was the reason for setting it up?
Yeah, so actually, me coming here was part of a broader government resolution that was taken in 2016 to enhance economic relationships with Africa in general, understanding that the development work could bring us just so far, and really in order to make a difference, you need to involve also trades and private sector, and of course realizing the great potential that there is for Israeli companies in Africa in general and in Ghana specifically. So part of the resolution was to open 2 new trade and economic missions. We come from the Ministry of Economy and Industry, but we sit within the embassy. So there was one that was open in Kenya, overlooking East Africa, and after quite research, the decision was to open the West Africa hub in Ghana.
Why? What was the reason? Why did you choose Ghana? There was Nigeria. Nigeria is a big economy. I mean, we are good as well, but
yes,
why did you choose Ghana?
Well, we felt there is also activities that are going on in Nigeria, but we felt that a good stepping stone and a good place where companies can feel welcomed and start the operations in West Africa, Ghana is more suitable to the temperament of the Israeli companies and what they are looking for. It's much more, it's stable, and that was a decision that.
Of course, we are happy about it because it definitely builds ties between the 2 countries. But let me take you back a bit, and I'll come to you. How has the relationship been over the years between Ghana and Israel?
Yeah, so most honestly, the economic relationship didn't start in 2018 when I opened the embassy.
Exactly.
Obviously, I think since Ghana was established, there were Israeli companies working here and development work that was happening here. But I feel that the opening of the trade mission kind of gave everybody an address or a home or a place that they can come and look for these connections. And we also, throughout the years, established kind of sectors that we feel the potential is especially big, and in those specific sectors we also do extra activities, be it delegations going to Israel, delegations coming to Ghana, trainings, webinars, throughout the COVID and so on, and we really try to strengthen the relationships in these sectors where we feel the potential is especially big for both countries.
And what are the particular areas? I think on your website, areas like fintech, areas like agric, areas like water technology. What are the exact areas you are focusing on as a trade mission?
Yeah, so you mentioned a few of the big ones. We definitely look a lot in agriculture, since of course there's a lot of potential in Ghana and a lot of know-how in Israel. And we look at water technologies, fintech, health. The health sector is very interesting for us. We feel there's a lot that we can do in that sector, and we are doing. And we also do health.
Health. You mentioned health because it was a point I was going to come to. We know you are very big on the health sector, so I am interested in health, of course, and the agric as well, and employment and all of those. So you can go on with that.
Other sectors that we look at, cybersecurity, of course, is very big, and security in general. We look into communications. There are a lot of Israeli companies working in that space in Ghana, and we think there's still a lot that can be done. I think those are the major ones. And then, of course, there's smaller ones like construction, mining, and others that renewable energy that we work in. But the ones that we really feel the potential is the ones that I mentioned, where in volume and in technology transfer that can happen, and in shared ventures, investments, and so on, the potential is really big.
So I'll come to the trade volumes so far between Ghana and Israel, and I'll come to the specifics of the areas you have mentioned, the agric and the technology and so on and so forth. But let me go to Chen, and you are in Ghana to take part in the fintech program which is coming up, and obviously you are going to train Ghanaians in the areas of fintech, in the areas of the ecosystem. You are going to support us with the things we need to do. Let me ask you how the ecosystem is like in Israel.
Okay, so the ecosystem in Israel had a big blast last year in 2021. They had over $4.5 billion in investments. We have over than 500 Israeli companies within the fintech ecosystem, which includes anti-fraud, anti-money laundering, payments, remittance.
500 companies?
More than 500 companies.
Wow.
Within this ecosystem, yeah.
Wow.
And it doesn't include investment funds and all other organizations that support those companies. Our delegation, this FinTech Summit that we are having this week, will focus mainly on several verticals. Cybersecurity, which is fundamental for financial institutions, anti-money laundering and the anti-fraud, which is also something is very essential for the clients and the financial institutions themselves. You know, you have to have the security to put your money in this financial institution. And payments, cross-border payments, which Ghana is leading in Africa. Ghana is a financial hub. And we saw these opportunities to make this bridge between the Israeli ecosystem and the Ghana ecosystem, and to bring people from both sides to share knowledge.
It's important for us because I don't know how much you know about Ghana. I'm sure Ms. Ayelet will have told you about us. There is mobile money, which is big, very big here in Ghana. Currently, we are fighting over a levy we call the electronic transfer levy, popularly known as the e-levy. And it's coming with its own challenges. Fraud in the system, people evading the tax, and so on and so forth. So how do you feel about this? I think it's a great opportunity for us to learn.
Yeah, that's why we saw this opportunity, and that's why we made this delegation to bring the companies with the solutions, and that way to offer it and to show our technologies, our solutions to the Ghanaian companies, and to make a connection, because we know Ghana is a world leader, or in Africa is a leader of cross-border payments, mobile payments, but there are problems within the system. In every country, in every company, you have this problem within the system, but you need to figure out other solutions to make a whole out of it.
So if I am participating in the program is beginning from tomorrow, right? From tomorrow.
Wednesday,
Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Thursday. I'll come back to you on all of the questions. What am I supposed to expect if I am coming as a Ghanaian, if I am participating, if I register and I'm coming?
First of all, is the connection between financial institutions from Ghana and from Israel. Share knowledge, panel discussions about different verticals, different subjects, anti-money laundering, credit scoring, cybersecurity, and to get to know to the 9 Israeli startups.
I was going to come to that. How many companies are we expecting from Israel?
9
And in
Israeli
which area?
companies. Within the anti-fraud,
Yes, like you mentioned,
cybersecurity, payments, credit scoring, lending and financing, with different solutions.
Right. So let me come back to you now, Ms. Ayelet. You decided to put this program together in the area of technology or in the area of fintech. Why so?
The potential in the fintech sector, like Chen mentioned, in Ghana is huge. And actually, throughout the years, we saw it wasn't initially one of our focus sector that I mentioned. Fintech was like one of the small ones, but the results and kind of like the feedback that we were getting both from the Israeli companies that we were working with and with the Ghanaians was really, really promising. We had a couple of delegations going to Israel with the leading fintech companies in Ghana. Few, again, joint ventures were already started, and we felt like it's time to bring also the Israeli companies to Ghana, also to create these business connections, but also for the Israeli companies to, learn a little bit more about the ecosystems here, realize the potential, maybe bring more investment into the sector and so on. So we felt this is a very good time to take a minute and kind of, first of all, celebrate the connections and the things that are already happening, and also try to kind of bring more of that together. We are also having a full day. Thursday is a full day of workshops where the 9 companies that are coming, a lot of them are really experts in their field, and they will be sharing knowledge and doing workshops in different areas of their expertise. And I really hope that through that, they will also not only, of course, share where they're coming from, but also learn about the realities of the market here and have a little bit more of this like informal engagements that could really drive things forward.
They will learn about mobile money.
That's definitely true.
And they will learn about the problems and the challenges that come up with mobile money. But you know that the government of Ghana has been on the digitization and the digitalization agenda. Have you in any way been in some level of collaboration with the government of Ghana? From the last 4 or 5 years, we have been talking about digitizing our ports, digitizing almost everything here in Ghana. And you have been here at least since 2018. I see an interest in the area of technology. and financial technology and so on. Have you been in touch with government in this line? Or has our government been in touch with you?
Yes, of
on this
course.
line? And how has it been so far?
Of course, for us, we have, first of all, a lot of interesting discussions and trainings and the programs that we are running together. We are in close relationship with the Vice President's office, which is running this digitalization drive. Just recently, we ran a program, the embassy, together with GIZ and the Vice President's office. It was a digitalization week, which was run jointly, where we were trying again to bring some of the know-how and what is going on in Israel and different. And again, there's different acceleration programs and activities that we do together. Because truthfully, the story of Israel as startup nation is quite a new story. It's all 50 years old. The people that did that transformation in Israel are still within the system, and we feel that we have a lot of lessons to share also with the government, to government level, about how we came about and what could be learned. Of course, it's not a copy-pasting. Every country has its own situation, but there is a lot that can be done together, and we're definitely working on that space too. And also working in the startup space, I didn't mention, but during the event, we are actually also hosting a group of startups that will be presenting, and we'll have some also opportunities to learn and expose themselves and their technologies for the crowd that is coming in, which I'm personally very excited about. I think that's the way to go, because an ecosystem has to grow, and it's only through the startups that will happen.
So if you just tuned in, you are watching myself, Miss Ayelet, I got it right, and then Chen from Israel, and of course from Ghana, but at the Israeli embassy. We are talking about a summit which is coming up on Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be giving you the details of the venue and the timing and how you can subscribe. If you're a fintech or if you're a startup, if you are an entrepreneur and you want to be part of this program, the expansion of it is that we are still talking about the trade and economic relationship between Ghana and Israel. We'll take a quick break. When we are back, we'll go further into the details. We'll be talking about the relationship in the fields of agriculture and how technology has to be used in the field of agriculture. Stay with us. You're welcome back from the break. This is the bottom line, and we say business at the speed of thought. We have our numbers scrolling on the screen. Please do not call. You can only send a WhatsApp. If the message gets to us early enough, we'll try and read them for you. So I get back to the studio, and I still have my two guests from Israel. We are talking about the Ghana-Israel trade relationship, and there's a program which is coming up. You can register. I'll give you the details pretty shortly. But let's come back to it. I mean, I asked you from the beginning, which areas have you been interested in? And you mentioned agric, you mentioned fintech, you mentioned water, you mentioned mining, you mentioned quite a number. Let me stay on agric, because for us here in Ghana, we used to say agric is a bedrock of the country until oil came in and so on and so forth. But we are still interested in agric because we believe it provides a chunk of the public with jobs, people who get into agric. So we need to focus on that. There is one major program that the government of Ghana embarked on, which is a planting for food jobs. I read on your website that you supported government of Ghana on that one. How has your relationship with government of Ghana been generally in the area of agric?
In the area of agriculture for really decades. Between Ghana and Israel. Specifically, I can say in the last few years, there's a very interesting program that we are running in partnership with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, where we send every year trainees to Israel for 11-month, very intensive training, basically, where it's very practical training, working in farms, and also, of course, having some practical training.
You send farmers or people
so these are
in the value chain?
Yes, so these are graduates of agriculture studies.
Okay.
And they are coming to Israel mostly to train on greenhouse technology after having some training in the facility in Ghana that was built in partnership with an Israeli company.
Okay.
They go to, so we picked, as for today, there are 200 of these trainees in Israel.
And currently?
Yeah, currently.
There are 200 Ghanaians who are graduates of agric schools. I mean, whether from the University of Ghana or KNUST or wherever, 200 of them in Israel currently, training in the field of agric.
Yes,
In
exactly.
greenhouse technology.
Mostly in greenhouse technology, because the idea is that, school is great, but in agriculture, you also really need to have that touch and to go into the farms in Israel, which a lot of them are very, very advanced, and we are growing vegetables in the desert in the most harsh conditions, and to experience that for 11 months, while at the side, of course, also having some frontal trainings and
Who pays for them? Who pays for the 200 people?
So it's a partnership, but mostly the farmers themselves find value. Of course, they are getting, at the end of the day, employees for 11 months. So they are paying them the salary. And the state of Israel is helping support the program. And the idea is that once they come back, not only they are, of course, trained and exposed to this really interesting ecosystem and technologies, but they also come with some money, seed money to start their own operation.
Exactly.
And the government was doing a lot to also make sure that once they come back, they utilize their
I am
knowledge.
taking my time to ask you because you know that a greater percentage of the agriculture here in Ghana is subsistence farming, where people farm in very small, on very small lands, maybe 1 acre, 2 acres, or maximum 5 or 10 acres. There are only a few that do commercial farming. So to bring technology in this way and train them in this way so that they can get into commercial farms is an area of interest for me, and that's why I'm still, and then employment also, and that's why I'm still asking. So they come back and you monitor them.
Yes, that's done by the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, but there is a very good follow-up actually that's happening. So we already have 200 trainees that return. So altogether, the program already had 400 trainees go through or currently in the program. And the idea is that once they come back, they get support to start their own operations or make sure that they are employing the skills that they learned within the ecosystem. And you're right, it's important because the small-scale farming also needs to be starting to upgrade into more technological advanced, because if you want to maintain the youth involved and if you want to be competitive, because at the end of the day, the food market is a global market, and if you want to stay competitive and make sure that the Ghanaian product not only feeds the country but also are exported throughout West Africa, Europe, and so on, you have to stay competitive, and that could be done only with technology, especially considering global warming that is making things difficult for farmers all around the world.
And there is also the issue that, not even an issue, but you sent, I think, 2021 best farmers. Was it for districts or for regions here in Ghana that you sent to Israel? And what did they go to Israel to do?
Yes, so this was also a cooperation with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, which decided to send the number 1 and number 2 best national farmers of 2021 to Israel, and asked if we will host them and expose them to the ecosystem in the right way and create business opportunities for them. And of course, there's only one answer to that question, and we were honored and glad to do that. And with it, after having the 2 farmers, we also decided to make a party out of it, and of course invited more leading agriculture companies and institutions in Ghana to join. And we formed a delegation of 16 individuals that went to Israel. It was 2 weeks ago for a week. Had a fantastic time learning, exploring business opportunities, and much more. And hopefully coming back with a lot of ideas and partnerships and experience. And I hope it will not be the end of it, but only a beginning of many partnerships and delegations to come.
And we are seeing this kind of training for the fintechs. And the reason why we see Chen here today. Are we going to have same for people in agric?
Definitely.
The forum that you're having for the technology fintech people. Are we going to have something like that for people in agric?
Yeah. So we had a forum like that actually 2019 before COVID. And recently we had a program in the fertilizer space with also Israeli companies coming, and we did a big gathering of the ecosystem again, discussing different issues in this, of course, important and very pressing matter here in Ghana. And you mentioned planting on food and jobs. We also there had a representative from ministry, and there was a very good discussion going. And of course, we are planning to do much more, both in the area of development and in the area of business to business relationships in the agriculture space. And there's definitely much more to look forward to, and hopefully we'll start feeling the impact in the fields, literally.
Exactly. Let me move away from that now and come to, of course, we are here today because of the fintech. And what is your program plan for the entire fintech? Is it the program we are going to have on Wednesday and Thursday only? Or what's the entire plan for the fintech industry, especially the startups and entrepreneurs? We see a lot of young people coming into this area. What's the opportunity for them?
So we feel that one of the things that, from our experience in Israel, moves startups forward and helps them grow is that international exposure. Because especially in the financial sector, it's a very, very international kind of space. So we are very happy to involve startups in our activities. We have different webinars, trainings. We even have investors that are looking to invest in that field, and we'll also be walking around in the conference itself and in general contacting us to look for opportunities. And we are very happy. And I think also for startups, sometimes there's kind of like a trend to try to invent the wheel. And I think a true, the startups here have a very strong understanding of the needs and the realities of ground, and sometimes excellent technologies too, but not necessarily that they need to invent the whole package in order to succeed. They can also, a lot of times, startups grow through acquisition, technology partnerships, and so on. And I think there's a lot of opportunities also for that, for the promising startups that have what it needs to make it. I feel like looking at securing the system, looking at credit scoring, looking at different technologies that could really upgrade what they are doing in quite an easy way through partnership could be a very, very interesting way forward. And I think that's something that we would be very happy to support. And of course, we will also look at more bringing also the startup scenes in both countries together, which I think could be also very interesting. But doing the event, I highly recommend any startup that is interested to register for the second day, where there will be the workshops, and really come here, get that international exposure, hear from the experts about various subjects which could be found on the website. You can come for one workshop, you can come for a couple, and you can learn and explore partnerships with these experts and hear what they think about your solution and so on. I think there's so many opportunities for collaboration that I'm probably not even thinking of them all. The business world is so much more creative than we are.
When the deliberations go on, of course, all of those opportunities will come up. And based on that, I'm going to ask you what, in all of this, you are expecting from Ghana. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to learn? What do you want to... Of course, we are going to learn your technology. We are going to apply the technology that you are teaching the farmers, especially the best farmers that you sent. You are going to come back with some level of technology. I remember one of such that I was a part of, such workshops that I was a part of, where these very farmers in the very rural areas had to learn how to use their mobile phones to connect up with their families and then be able to link up with them, and even their payment system, when they have people coming into the farms to buy, how they're able to track how much produce they are giving them and so on and so forth. But for me as a host, I want to know what you, as a country and as a trade mission, will also be looking out for from Ghana. I'll come back to you on that, but I want to ask Ken that for him, as an Israeli, first time here in Ghana, 5 or 6 hours here in Ghana, you have a lot to share with us on Wednesday and Thursday. I want to ask you what you're also expecting after the 2 days deliberations, after the 2-day interaction, when you have lectured, when you have trained. At the end of it all, what are you expecting? Or you want to go back with some lessons, some practical knowledge, some training as well from your Ghanaian counterparts?
First of all, what I'm expecting is to build a strong bridge between those two, between us, between two countries and the two fintech ecosystem. And that it won't be the only fintech summit, but it will be the start of a traditional one. That every year will come with more and more Israeli companies and vice versa to host Ghanaian delegations in Israel. and to make these panels, these events also in Israel, and to expose both sides to each other, to see the challenges of both sides, and to help with the solutions together. Not separately, but Israeli companies and Ghanaian companies help each other make solutions to challenges from both sides.
Right. I'm happy about that. And of course, 9 different companies. This question, I'll bring it back to you. This question is for you. But once you are coming with the companies, have you spoken to all of them? Are they interested in investing in Ghana?
Of course. That was
Putting
the
up their
first question.
monies here in Ghana and supporting some of the partnerships that they will make, maybe putting some amount of... I am always interested in employment. So we are looking at foreign direct investments all the time and creating businesses and so on and so forth. So after the summit, are we expecting to see, you are coming in from there, maybe even from yourself, to invest here in Ghana?
I believe there is a good potential for business here in Ghana. That's why we are doing it. But it's not only in Ghana. We are starting in Ghana because we think there's a good infrastructure here. And it's a financial hub here in Western Africa.
There is a political stability as well here in Ghana.
So we want to expand. The Israeli companies can start here, but expand because at the end, every company is looking to expand globally. So here at Ghana is the beginning. It's a good infrastructure to operate from to all over Africa.
Right. So thank you. Let me put the same question back to you. And you are bringing them 9 different companies here to Ghana. I'm not sure they will just come and train us and go back. Are they going to, of course, not just put in money, but invest here?
Of course, that's why they're coming. But I just wanted a quick point because we are mentioning
Sure.
9 companies. So it's important for me to mention that we're talking about partnerships. So we made sure to partner with really great fintech companies in Ghana. And in the event, our close partners are IT Consortium and ZPay and the Payment Association, the Fintech Payment Association. So they are kind of also working hand with hand to make sure that the experience that the Israeli companies are getting and the fintech ecosystem here would be the most relevant one, the most exact, and I think whoever will come to the summit will feel that it's very connected to the grounds. But you were asking me about what the Israeli companies are, why is Israel so interested in this? And I want to say Israel is a small country. We are 9 million people's country. So we make a lot of noise, but we're really very small.
Yeah.
So every fintech company, every startup in Israel, not only in the fintech sector, from the day it's born, is looking outwards. Israel is it's cute. People do business in Israel. There's definitely an ecosystem and companies, but they are looking to grow. They are looking outside. And naturally, they are oftentimes looking at the developed world. They would look at Europe. They would look at US, where their investors are often coming from. And we, as government of Israel, and the Trade and Economic Mission here in Ghana, are ready to see some of that innovation and a lot of that talent and money come to where it's really needed and come support financial inclusion, growth in Africa, and for the Israeli companies to realize that there's huge business potential here in this continent and in Ghana specifically, and I think they are realizing that. So this is part of that. If I was to host an event like that 4 years ago, I don't think we would have got 9 companies. And there are more companies that were interested in coming, but of course, for various reasons, couldn't make it. The interest was huge. And I feel like, and Chen mentioned, this is only the first one. I'm sure that the next summit will be even bigger, and so on, because the potential in Africa and the potential of Ghana as a fintech hub of West Africa and of Africa in general is big, and it's very important for Israeli companies to diversify in and enter this market too, and not only focus in the more natural kind of markets for them, which is, they're kind of the place where it's maybe easier for them to come in to, and that's what I'm expecting. I'm definitely expecting companies that came all the way from Israel and invested a lot of time and money and bringing a very top management of the companies, not to come for a visit, eat some fufu and come back, but rather stay and invest and create partnerships.
You have to make sure he tries fufu before he goes back.
Of course.
That's
we will
a very
not let
good
him on the
food
plane.
here.
Or jollof rice, at the very least.
Of course. At least we know that we are the best in the whole of Africa when it comes to jollof. You have tasted
That
jollof?
is agreed. Of course.
Right. So someone says, I just want to go to some of the messages that we have from people that are watching before we come and round up. So someone says, please ask her the process for this year's graduate trainee process. Well, let me first ask whether it's going to come on for this year. There are 200 people already. When are they returning? And when
It's
is
a
the next
summer, so
program?
usually every summer, I think around July.
July?
Don't catch me on the world, but
Yes,
that's
yes,
around when they come back and a new group would be going.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that they should be probably talking to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, which are selecting the trainees together with the embassy, or they could contact the embassy and they can
Is there
try to
a
assist.
specific process for if you want to contact the Ministry of Agric or you want to contact the embassy? Is there a specific process, or there is a website you can apply to
Yeah.
that anybody at all can apply?
So most honestly, it's not in my space, so I will need to get back to you on that one. But I'm sure that writing to the embassy through our website, we have the Mashav, that's our cooperation arm, which is handling this program. I'm sure they could be helpful in that space. I would be looking to for our Mashav coordinator.
We will be speaking to the Ministry of Agric, I think, within the next 1 month about a different topic. So obviously, we'll get that information for you that if you want to apply for this program, this is the process that you would have to go through. Of course, once it is with the ministry, it has to be public. And someone is asking, how do I join the summit? The summit, we are going to give you the details of it before we round up the program in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Someone says, I am Sifas. I want to ask that what help can Israel give Africa in good fertilizer, weedicide, and other chemicals that will not destroy our soil? Notes also education, the kind of education that they will give us. Let me go to the next question. So please, I enjoy your program. I will be happy you send education to Upper West, especially to, well, I don't get your message very well. I really appreciate the kind of support they are giving our homeland, Ghana. Please tell them to add the location of the program. Well, I will give the details of the program as well. And then, please, I'm a teacher in the Upper East. I'm keenly listening to your program or your discussion on Metro TV. How do you register for the program? Well, we'll give the details of that also. What do the 9 companies do? What are they into? We have said that these 9 companies are into financial technology. And of course, I would allow them to answer that. They are noting the questions. I really appreciate your program. You've said that. And then, well, so these are some of the concerns I have here from people that are watching. Someone is asking what they are into, what the 9 companies are into. Let me ask you that, Chen, and then I'll come to you.
So some of them are into peer-to-peer lending, cybersecurity, of course, anti-fraud, credit scoring, and payments.
So you've heard for yourself what these 9 companies are into. I'm sure whichever field you are, you want to participate in this program and get some level of knowledge. So
let me also add that if you go onto the website of the summit, which we will give its address in a minute, you'll see the profile of all the 9 companies, and you could learn more about them and even book B2B meetings with them for the conference day. And should I share the registration information?
Yes, please do. You can.
So the website is quite easy and straightforward. It's www.GISF. So it's Ghana, it stands for Ghana Israel Fintech Summit .com. And once you go up there, you will see the information of the agenda of the program and the companies that are coming and more. And that's where registration also happens. Make sure to register tonight because we are closing registration at midnight tonight. Yeah.
Tomorrow is Tuesday. You are not adding tomorrow.
No, because tomorrow we need to, go over it, give answers, and so on. We need some time to prepare. So if you're listening and you want to register and you think you can make it, please, today is the day, tonight is the night.
Is it an automatic qualification if you register? Does registration qualify, or you are going to do shortlisting of participants?
Yeah, so it depends on the number of participants. Of course, we do have our space limitations, but if you register and we will definitely try to get as many people as we can in. And that's why it's important that it will happen tonight, to give us some time to look at it.
All right. So I'm going to go through the program, and then I'll give you your final words for Ghanaians and what we should expect from our relations with you as a country. Of course, you have said that these programs are going to come on probably every year. But beyond that, what should we expect? How is the relationship growing between the two countries? And you can land on that, and then I'll come to the announcement.
Yeah, I will just say that the programs, we invest a lot in the programs. They are very important for us, but they are really the highlights. We are very open for discussions with Ghanaian companies that are interested in any kind of joint venture business cooperation with Israeli companies. You can reach us at akra@israeltrade.gov.il. And we are happy to explore, because I didn't mention it when I started to talk about what the trade mission does, but we have the G2G engagement, which I mentioned some. We do these sector-related events, but we also do much more down-to-earth kind of engagements with Israeli and Ghanaian companies that are looking for partnerships, information, and so on. And we are very open for that too. So even if you can't make it to the summit, but you feel you have something that is important and that could interest Israeli companies, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll let you know if we can help.
So if I want to reach out to the Trade and Economic Mission, I know that for most of the embassies, it would have to be through online appointments and so on. How do I get through to you? If a business is watching us now, maybe from the Western North region or somewhere, it's into Agric, has very big farms, and is looking for a way out to reach out to you, how does the company get into it?
First of all, I recommend following us on LinkedIn. We are very big on LinkedIn. We post a lot of our activities, and it's a very good way to stay in touch and talk to us. Israeli Trade and Economic Mission to Ghana. We are also on Facebook with the same name.
Right.
But also, you're always welcome to write to us a private email at akra@israeltrade.gov.il, and also at our website, which is iTrade Ghana. You will find a form where you can write any request, and it gets to us, and we try to get back as soon as possible. Probably not going to happen this week because we're going to be very busy.
Exactly.
But next week we will follow up and answer the messages that we got. So you are very welcome to stay in touch, share with us any ideas that you have, and they will try to help with whatever we can.
Right, so Ken, let me give you the last words, your final words. Your first time in Ghana, and then the program is happening on Wednesday, Thursday, your expectations?
My expectation is to have a lot of guests from Ghana to come and see the Israeli companies and to share with us their thoughts and ideas, and to be the beginning of a traditional summit.
Right, thank you. So I'll run you through the program. I think we'll have it now on the screens. The producer, if you have it, please put it up for us. The event is happening on Wednesday, the 1st of June, 2022. It's called the Ghana Israel FinTech Summit 2022. And the venue is Academic City University. Is that the venue? Or you've changed it? Right. Okay, so if we have the flyer, I think we'll be able to put it up there. But when you register, you'll get all the details. So Ghana Israel FinTech Summit gives 2022, 1st of June to the 2nd of June, 2022. Time is 8 a.m. to 4:30 in the afternoon, each of these days. So if you want to register, please go to www.gisf.com, www.gisf.com. We've spoken tonight about the relationships between Ghana and Israel. And by extension, we've gone into the program that's coming up on Wednesday and Thursday. Do well to take advantage of the program if you're a Ghanaian business, and if you are in the space of fintech, do well to take advantage of this program. Go onto their website and register. But do well to do that before midnight, 11:59 tonight, else you will be logged out. Miss Ayelet, I'm looking for Miss Ayelet Levin, Karl.
That's me.
Is the head of Trade and Economic Mission, and then Chen Jovany is a business development manager, Israel Export Institute. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I am grateful for having you on the show tonight. Thank you very much for doing the watching as well. My name is Kwesi Free, and this is Metro TV. Good evening.